Good afternoon, everyone. So today, Sophia and I will be discussing the cultural fitment and gender diversity. My group mates and I, we have discussed some situations, personal situations, or yung iba is shared story ng friends, ng family, or ng kakilala nila. So for the first slide, cite a situation wherein cultural fitment and gender diversity is misused. So again, we have discussed several situations na naranasan nila or na-share sa kanila. So we have here, first, LGBTQ people were being harassed for using men or women's comfort rooms. So we all know isa to sa malaking issue this past few years, even up until this day. Maraming arguments, some people are okay with it, some people were not. Pero I'm actually proud that RTU Pasig have built comfort room for LGBTQ people. Next is treated unfairly for employment application, gender issues in selecting family successors. So since women were not given the opportunity to demonstrate their strengths and leadership abilities. Next, yung groupmate namin, meron siyang friend na nag-drop out due to bullying, gender bullying, and also race or ethnicity bullying. Next slide. Sa isang workplace, hindi talaga natin maiiwasan yung bullying or they are treating you unfairly because of your gender. So it actually caused them to leave their job. And the next, a woman who went viral after when she used her gender privilege to humiliate someone for refusing her offer his seat. So I'm not sure if you are familiar with that, pero merong photo na nag-viral na pinost ng babae na yung lalaki ay nakaupo tapos siya yung nakatayo sa public vehicle. And she's like humiliating the person because babae siya, bakit hindi daw siya pinaupo. So, ang nangyari, nag-viral na yung photo and maraming tao na nag-disagree dun sa girl, not because dahil babae siya is i-offer na sa kanya yung upuan. Again, every day we are facing each and everyone's struggles, daily battles. Hindi rin natin alam kung ano yung pinagdadaanan nung lalaki during that time. So we should always be mindful sa sasabihin natin, especially nowadays we are in a modern world wherein nagra-rise na talaga yung technology. In just one click you can be famous, so you need to be mindful and think before you click. Next slide is the importance of discussing cultural fitment and gender diversity. Ito yung mostly na nag-agree kami na importante in discussing cultural fitment and gender diversity. So, it is important to talk about this matter as it will help us be aware and be open-minded regarding the situations that every individual we're facing from day to day. So, in discussing this kind of issue, this helps us build good communication and will help us determine proper actions and how to deal with this kind of situation. Additionally, discussing this actually cures ignorance that brings various perspectives, ideas, and experiences that allows us to find new ways in addressing challenges regarding cultural fitment and gender misuse, which leads to higher level of engagement and morale. Next slide. So what's the key takeaway from the experience or story? So most of us actually answered respect. So we believe that everyone has their own unique talents and skills to share regardless of their gender, race, and ethnicity. And additionally, diverse employees bring different skills, talents, and lived experience to their work, which boosts creativity and innovation. So, wala yan sa gender, wala yan sa race, wala yan sa ethnicity, as long as you can show off your talents, your skills, your abilities, your knowledge. Meaning to say that everyone is equal regardless of gender, race, ethnicity. So therefore, we should treat everyone with respect. Next slide is how can you resolve this issue? So the best thing that we can do is support the value of equality for men and women for a safer and healthier society. Don't be afraid to express your feelings, as we believe that communication with open mind does resolve various issues. Also, we need to support each other regardless of the gender, race, ethnicity, because even one support can make someone's life better. So you should also try putting yourself into someone else's shoes so you know how to be considerate of someone's feelings. You should also start with a mindset of combining different perspectives, ideas, and experiences that may allow us to create a peaceful and fair environment.
Good day everyone, I am Sophia Angelo Daras, and now I am going to continue the discussion about workplace awareness, cultural fitment, and gender diversity. So the next objective is to choose two types of diversities and discuss with the group on why you chose it. So our group discussed several situations based on personal experience, someone's experience from friends, relatives, and such. So the number one choice is the workers with disabilities. There is a prejudice against workers with disabilities, telling them that they can do what normal people can, while in fact some people, like them, perform better in comparison to normal people. Disability encompasses acceptance and respect. It means understanding that each individual is unique and recognizing our individual differences. This can be along the dimensions of race, ethnicity, gender, sexual diversity and orientation, socioeconomic status, age, physical abilities, religious beliefs, political beliefs, and other ideologies. So for the number two type of diversity that we choose as a group, nagtay si gender and si education. So ano ba yung mga reasons bakit ito yung napili ng iilan sa amin or mas nakakarami sa amin? So for the gender, it is common. Probably almost everyone is familiar with the situations that apply to it. But even though many are aware of it, unfair treatment of people of the opposite gender is still rampant. Everyone wants gender equality these days, but don't know how to achieve it, and some people will use their gender as a leverage against other parties, but this is not the case every time. So in terms of education, regardless of their skill level, people of all genders and educational backgrounds are still subjected for discrimination. There is always a misunderstanding that is difficult to avoid. And our group believe that it is beyond time for people to be more open and accepting of others. So we should respect people regardless of their gender and their educational background. So for the last question, why do you think it's important to practice cultural fitment and gender diversity in your future job? So practicing cultural fit and gender diversity together is an effective way for us to maintain and showcase our diverse talents that may in turn bring new and innovative ideas to our job in the future. We are all different, so we must practice cultural fitment and gender diversity to avoid misunderstanding and conflicts. We all know that diversity and inclusion will help to increase the productivity of an employee in the company. By applying such practice, the potential is high to build stronger teams and create a workplace where everyone feels safe and good. If you implement recruiting based on diversity and cultural fit, you and your organization will have an easier time achieving your recruitment goals. That's all. Thank you.